Y'all know the vibe. Episode 199 of the Positivity Hour. We're still in my rooms, getting new angles, but today we're going to be talking about the concept of dreaming big, going hard, shooting for the stars, but starting small. We're going to build this little rocket, work on the foundation, and most importantly, spray that water so when the rocket's times to blast off, we don't destroy everything we just built as well, trying to reach the top. So, all that and more after the intro. Let's go. All right, let me try and center myself in this frame now. I think I'm a little closer. Kind of a ghetto setup, but yeah, BU plus some more spray paint art. Just trying to get creative. Plus, I'm cooked, y'all. I got 400 gigabytes of content I need to edit from the game yesterday. It's crazy out here, but whatever. Persevering through it all. It's a beautiful thing. It's a great problem to have that I have the ability to even record 400 gigabytes worth of photos, videos, audio, graphics, and I can actually do something and distribute that, and people would care to see what I captured and so on and so forth. So thank you. Appreciate you. Love you. Welcome to the podcast. I'm your host, Darshaun Smith, aka the Positivity God, and we got some big things coming. But this episode goes out to my friend Michael in particular. But also, I have a song called Dream Big, Start Small that I am about to be releasing in 2 weeks on Spotify and Apple and everywhere. But we'll talk more about the music I just released in the Let's Get Personal. I don't have a lot of structure for this. I'm just going to YOLO this. Like I said, this is the welcome section. But it's over now, so let's get to tonight. Lord, let's get to the time capsule.
Time Capsule.
For the time capsule, I just wanted to say that my business cards need a refresh. But here's what they're looking like right now. It's just a photo of me, holding up a camera, my phone number, email, Darshaun Smith Productions, LLC, plus some QR codes on the back. I don't hand those out enough. I really need to get rid of the rest of them so I can make some new ones. Got to maximize the money. But that was like an honorable mention. One thing I really do want to mention, and if I actually remember, which I will now that I'm saying it out loud, I'm going to put these videos in as well. But yesterday was the No Kings protest, nationwide. And there's reports here and there that says a million to 10 or 20 million people nationwide came out to protest, Donald Trump in this current administration. And I'll play you the videos I recorded driving through the protest here in Cedar Rapids on my way to the game. I would have stayed and got some photos, but I was already behind schedule, so I just, honked a lot. And there was everybody there, thousands of people. I saw 3 T-Rexes, 2 frogs. It was Portland, Oregon came to Cedar Rapids. I saw the real Antifa mob, if you know what I mean. But there was also Trump people there, waving their flags, counter-protesting the protest. And my look at it, my view on it as an American, as a person who really loves this country I live in, I was like, it's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? Even if you disagree with the protest, it said in the video you're about to see, I disagreed with All Lives Matter, for example. That's the protest to Black Lives Matter. It's, as an American, I also gotta respect it. You know what I'm saying? Because you just want your voice and viewpoint to be heard. That in your case, I understand what you're trying to say, but I think in the case of All Lives Matter, the plot was lost and it kind of got a little too racial, where it was hey, we're just trying to say we matter, you know what I'm saying, these black folks over here. But whatever, this ain't about Black Lives Matter. This is about No Kings. And Donald Trump, he be doing some suspect things, I'm not going to be lying. But all political figures too. Democrats, Republicans, Libertarians, everyone's trying to use and abuse their power to the highest level until they get some real repercussion and some backlash. And yesterday was a great example to exercise our American right to protest the government and use our free speech and just voice our displeasure, because we're going into week 2 of the shutdown. Y'all remember 2 weeks ago in that time capsule where I was like, oh, we're in a government shutdown. Let's see how long it lasts. I'm glad I work for the city government, and Iowa City got that money on, so they still paying me. But everyone who works for the federal government, I'm sorry that you're going through this, but don't fold now, because as soon as they fund this next little project that they're trying to do, they're trying to open the government with 1 year of the Affordable Care Act, and guess what's 1 year from now? The midterm elections. So they're just trying to please you just long enough to get reelected, just to fully screw you over in the long term. So hey, I need to find like a fund or something where I could throw a couple dollars to help these government workers, because I know they're struggling. Like, I know, like, if I went 3 weeks without a paycheck, bro, I'm screwed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a little money saved, but I ain't got a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of these people in this country ain't got nothing saved, if that makes sense. So yeah, let me play you those videos of me driving through. I'll play you like a minute or two of it. So we'll do that now. Yeah. Woo. I love my country. We protesting. No kings, bro. Also, safe life repair, safe life replace. My mom works there. But yeah, man, they deep. It just keeps going all the way up the bridge. I chose to drive through this. This is crazy. I was gonna be a little late. Had to, come be a patriot real quick. Woo! All right, I also got to show y'all this. Pretty much sums it up, guys. Pretty much sums it up. Release them files, bro. I want to see them. Mike Johnson, swear that Democrat in. I want to see the files, bro. I want to see them. Also, I made a new song. I'm not sure if you heard that. I'd play it for you, but I'm not sure I can. Also, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to turn around, bro. These people just are not moving, bro. There's a lot of Trump people out here as well, like counter protesting. It's a little crazy. I'm not gonna lie. If I didn't have to go to this marching band game, I would maybe actually come and photograph this moment, because this is insane. But yeah, beautiful thing, America. The police are out here, the fire trucks are out here. Lady said, this is what democracy looks like. No kings, bro. And literally, I was saying the same thing when the Queen Elizabeth died. I was like, anybody who's like sad, you're not American, bro. We got to go dance on her grave. Like we literally started this country to get away from kings and queens. And I love my country, so yeah. Oh, look at this. We got more Antifa. No, I'm just messing with you. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing, man. Look at this. Yeah. It's a beautiful thing, baby. Yeah, I must say, y'all, it's real out here. I done seen about 3 T-Rexes, 2 frogs. You know what I'm saying? I done saw about, another Tyrannosaurus, what's the Stegosaurus, So, it's the inflatable costumes are out in force right now, baby. People got drums. They done put a flag on the freaking federal building. Pride flag on the federal building. Yeah, okay. Here in force. Let's hope they don't pull me over for using my phone, but I'm just trying to get to the interstate, bro. Oh, look, here's all the Trump folk back here. Yeah, I'm not honking for them, but I'm honking for the other people. He said ICE needs to detain the Gestapo and his immigrant wife in the White House. That sign is crazy. All right, we made it through. It's a beautiful thing. I love my country. Even if you don't like what they're protesting, as an American, I respect the protest, okay? When people came out and were doing White Lives Matter to protest Black Lives Matter, and then subsequently started doing the Blue Lives Matter movement, I disagree with it, obviously, because how are you gonna protest my protest? That means me trying to be like I'm just a human like you. But I also am like, okay, like, it's America, we're just trying to battle out our viewpoint until we can find some common ground. So it's a beautiful thing. I made it through downtown. A couple more honks for the fun of it. And yeah, now it's time to get on the interstate and go to this football game in Iowa City. It's a beautiful thing. And I got a red light, so I can post this before I gotta drive fast. All right, we're back, and it's a beautiful thing. Next thing I want to put in the time capsule is yesterday My party people, the Iowa State Hawkeyes.
The Iowa State Hawkeyes? What the hell? I meant the Iowa Hawkeyes. Come on, let's get back into it, Darshaun. You tripping, dog.
Almost lost the damn game, but we won in the most Iowa way possible. By 1 point. We were trying to make it 2, with a safety, but whatever. I'll take the 1 point. Shout out to Mark. That boy set a school record for like the most rushing touchdowns for a quarterback at 130 yards in a game. And it's a beautiful thing. He had a rushing touchdown. He threw a touchdown. He threw an interception. But Michael and I were literally in the media team like back room when that happened, and we came out and it was 7-0 already. And I was like, what happened? That happens every game. But outside of that, life's been good. That's the end of the time capsule. Moral of the story here, go protest. If you don't like what's going on, make sure you're heard, because closed mouths don't get fed. And the Iowa Hawkeyes, brother, we are 5-2. We finna go bowling, baby. If we win out, we 10-2, and we're a great team then. Got a little rocky there. But it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And that's what we're going to talk about in the main topic. Let's go.
Time for the main topic.
For the main topic, I'm telling you, I'm on a roll today because I really I'll just be speaking about my life. And I had a very passionate conversation with my friend Michael yesterday, who I said I was going to get on the podcast. Speaking of the podcast, hopefully y'all enjoyed that episode last week with Anne-Marie Terezzo. Literally, no one watched it on YouTube. It only has like 1 view, and that was me watching it on my TV in the background. Like, I didn't even watch it like intently. But on like Spotify and Apple, they got some like streams digitally that way. So it's just interesting. Like when I do like these solo episodes with me talking to the camera, they get like, 10, 20, 30 views or whatever on YouTube. And like I said, sometimes like a year later, they'll shoot up to like 100 or 200 because it hit the algorithm that one day or something, and it just boosts up organically like that. But yeah, every time I have a guest on YouTube in particularly, I don't know if it's the visuals, or the format, or the guest I have on, but it's like my channel just dies for that day and nothing happens. So maybe I just need to promote it some more and really just show people that I actually did something. But even like the clips of that podcast didn't do super well. But yeah, that's not to say it was a bad interview. Shout out to Anne-Marie. She was talking that talk. And that's just kind of on me. I need to promote that better. And like I said, that gets into this topic here that I was talking about with Michael. Like, dream big, start small. I'll play the song for the outro, but I'm about to like actually buy the beat and put it out. I could use it in this because I don't make money off of this anymore. I have made money on the podcast before. I've made like $8 when I was putting advertisements into this, but yeah, like it's a process, and that process starts with you just starting. And that's where I want to start today. As I was getting out of my bed today, I was like, just start. As I was talking to Michael yesterday about some of the adversity going on in his life or going on in my life, it was like, okay, there's a split second before you can choose to go right, you're left in this case, or left, you're right in this case, looking at the camera at least. And you are either like, should I do this or should I do that? Doesn't matter. Just start, okay? Yes, you're probably going to make a mistake. Yes, you're going to look goofy. Yes, you're not going to know what to do or when to do the thing you're supposed to do, even if you know what to do. But you just need to start. Because if you don't, you make no progress, okay? You cannot get 1% better. You cannot get -% better, because sometimes a step back is good. It allows you to prep yourself, put some spring in your Achilles tendon, and go forward. You know what I'm saying? I guess instead of spring, it would be tension. But you get the point. You get the analogy. You're a smart person if you watch this. Tell a friend, okay? We need some more people to see this knowledge. But back onto the point. Just start. Now, obviously, just starting is a lot harder. It sounds a lot harder than it actually is. But I'm not going to lie. It is hard. It takes an unbelievably large amount of courage to start. It takes a certain amount of character to start. It takes a certain amount of, privilege, objectively, in some places, especially with this camera stuff. You gotta, like, I got my first, like, interchangeable lens camera right here, a Sony a6000. Yeah, I bought this on eBay for like $400, but it's like, brother, I was a broke college kid, spent some of my last few COVID dollars on this camera to invest in my business, because at the time I was doing an internship actually with this organization called well, what's it called, like YLP, like the United or Youth, not Youth Leadership Program. I don't know. It's in Iowa City, UAY. Yeah, whatever. I'll find it and put it on the screen. And sorry if you're listening, but I just can't think of it right now. But I was supposed to be doing like social media for them, or just like capturing some behind the scenes moments. And it turned out in that situation where I just started, they didn't have a clear goal for me, or they didn't have a clear indication of what they needed me to do or whatever. So they was just like, yo, just show up and we'll see what happens. Just start. I was like, okay, I'll get the camera. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it yet, but I'm gonna figure it out. And I get there, I don't even use the camera. I found that actually it was a better use of my time, and also on top of that, I was needed more to just be there for these kids, for whether it's the young, minority. It could be a I don't know, a kid that's unsure about their sexuality or this or that. You know what I'm saying? Some of these folks are about to graduate high school. Like, I don't know much more than them. I'm only like 20 at this point in my life, maybe 21 max. But it's just being there for the next generation. And when I said the next generation, I mean my generation. These kids are Gen Z too. Now I'm Gen Z as well. And it's just supporting. But I wouldn't have got there and understood that I didn't actually need this in this case. You know what I'm saying? When I bought this, technically, this was a waste of money. But because I said, YOLO, just start, I had that split second decision to go right or go left. And I was like, YOLO, just start, just do it. Just why not? Wazam! You know what I'm saying? Just a moment just to run through the wall with no questions asked. Like the ignorance of a 2-year-old, okay? Just straight toddler vibes. Like not asking questions, just go, 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 go. Just start. That led me to finding my, passion of talking to young people. I did a speaking event with folks from my middle school, like my first year in the Hawkeye Marching Band media team. It was cool. There was like 200 people there. And I just talked about this topic. Just start. I didn't know I wanted to do this media team thing. I didn't know I wanted to start this business. I didn't know I had a super big interest in this or that. I just started doing stuff, bro. And I hope you can see the point here. I hope you can see the through the stories I've been telling here, that like you don't know what you don't know. And that was a big focal point yesterday in that conversation I was having with Michael. After you start, that's when you start to discover what you don't know. Because like I said, you don't know what you don't know. It's impossible to know. Now, it's a different thing if you know what you're lacking. And that only comes when you start. So for clarity's sake, just start leads to figuring out what you don't know. But what's point 3? This is where a lot of people really fall off the train, because some people start. Some people figure out what they don't know and they're like, it makes sense. But where a lot of people quit is in the execution, the discipline, the grind, when you know what needs to be done and you're not going to see any results until it's done. And even if you get it done, you're not the best of the best of the best. So your views may be low, or your interactions with your friends or family or the people you want to have support you, your peers, for example, will be not what you thought it was going to be. And that could be discouraging. Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying? I find myself there. I worked really hard on some videos in my life and posted them on my YouTube channel or this or that, and had all the promotion in the world, Snapchat, Instagram, X. I talked with people in real life. They told me they were going to come through and watch it, send the link through the text message, bada boom, bada bing. 2 weeks later, donut, 0 views, no support, blood, sweat, and tears, sleepless nights, more hours than I'd like to admit. And that's step 3. Just keep going, bro. Start small, dream big, okay? Start small, figure things out, keep going, even if it doesn't work, because you only fail when you stop trying. And I'm telling you, my party people, and I'm telling you, Michael, it's going to be hard regardless. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling myself this too, because I tell the camera what I need to tell myself. Your life is what you make it, first and foremost. But above all else, it does not matter what you do in life. Staying alive is a very hard thing. Living a life worth living is even harder. So either way you look at it, it's going to be hard. If it was easy, everyone would do it. But people die every day. If it was easy, everyone would do it. But some business just went bankrupt on a Sunday, okay? If it was easy, everyone would do it. But some people just got evicted from their house while others just bought their 10th mansion, okay? Like, there's a certain amount of luck, obviously, that comes into it. But how I view luck is when preparation meets an opportunity. And you want to know how you prepare yourself? You just start, okay? You pick up the camera if that's your thing, and you just start taking photos. Are they going to be good? Hell no, probably. But if you keep going, you're going to get there. You're going to get some ones that's like, hey, I like when you do it like that. Keep doing that. Or they're like, maybe I wouldn't do it like that because of this. Yes, that's cool art, but that doesn't lead to more clicks. And that's when you have to decide, are you trying to be an artist, your left path, or are you trying to be a businessman on the right path? And there you go. Just start, figure it out on the way, and then keep going. Could be, let's say you're trying to be a dentist. I talked with this one girl, wanted to get her number, but no, she was too busy. She ain't got no time for me, even if I had a true shot. But she wanted to be a dentist. And it's like, she didn't know that at first. She just started college, was getting her little like biomedical degree or something, biology degree, something of that nature. 2 years in, was like, I like this. I'm trying to go be a dentist. She just started, figured some things out she didn't know. And when she understood what she wanted to do with her life, she kept going down that path. And now she just got into dental school. Things are going great. She about to go be, big time dentist, 6 figures a year out here fixing people's broken ass teeth. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's just another example. Let me give you one more example, okay? Let's say you're a construction worker, but you don't want to just be the guy who's, or like my grandma, for example. My mom told me this story. This is where I'll leave this off this main topic before we get to the let's get personal. My mom's mom, my grandma, did some construction, I guess, in her life, but specifically, she was on like the grading team, and I guess in even more so the like erosion prevention portion of that. So she would be like the person that like lays those mulch like snakes down to stop erosion on like construction sites on like the interstate and things of that nature, or like those straw beds, and would plant the seed to grow cover grass or whatever. And let's say you're that, but you want to be like the high-end architect that designed that skyscraper in downtown Brooklyn, that, I don't know, people said it's an eyesore, but I'm sorry, if I had $10 million, I'd buy that penthouse right now. That thing looks super nice. Woo! And that's not even a lot of money. That's 10 million. Like, literally, if you want that same place in Manhattan, you paying 250 million. So I'll take that bargain to look at the view, because funny enough, it's on the east side, and we all know what the east side is. It's the best side. But back to the last analogy, last story. You just start by doing something. You start on the erosion prevention team. You start just simply showing up and learning some things along the way. And then you elevate yourself, and now you're driving a truck like my grandma was. You know what I'm saying? Now you're cross country figuring out logistical supply chains, la-di-da-di-do-da-day. Obviously, her life was cut a little short due to some reasons that maybe we'll talk about in another episode. But because now you have that experience of being on the ground, doing that hard manual labor in the sun, in the snow, in the whatever, then you have the logistical knowledge of how goods are transported, how materials and people need to be, managed. Then you can, that's the preparation. Now you just need the opportunity. And that comes when you keep going, and you don't know if it's going to come from this person or that person, or maybe you need to move across the country because there is the opportunity over there, but it's not here. And once you get that opportunity, that's when you can become that architect or that engineer that can, fix some things, or even if you just want to be a crane operator or whatever your thing is you want to do. I literally say all of that to say that just start. Dream big, my party people, but start small. Just start. If you're struggling in your daily life, just start small. When you wake up, get out of bed instantly. Drink a cup of water and make your bed. If you can do those 3 things, the rest of the day is going to be easy. You want to know why? Because within a minute of waking up, you already won. You woke up. You're alive. You won at life, okay? Number 2, you drank some clean water and rejuvenated your body. You won at life, okay? And number 3, you made your bed. It ain't even got to be pretty. I'm not saying you got to, tuck the sheets in and make sure the pillows and everything are all perfect. I know I don't. I just make the top look a little decent because I wanted to win at life. That's 3 wins within a minute of my waking up in this earth. Everything else is the cherry on top. And if you can do those 3 things, start small, you'll be able to, dream big and actually keep going and follow through. All that being said, let's get personal.
Let's get personal.
Low key, when I was talking about my grandma, we kind of did get personal. Shout out to my grandma. She was all over the place doing a whole bunch of stuff. Maybe I'll get my mom on an interview or something sometime so she can really talk about her and document her life a little bit, and I'll try and find some pictures and all that. So, Mom, when you see this, let's talk. But I'll also just talk to you because she lives right below me. Actually, that's kind of funny. But personal wise, like I said, the Iowa game, Michael and I were having a great conversation. Obviously, I can't, tell you what we was talking about, 'cause that's just between friends. But like I said, it was largely just, overcoming adversity and really just becoming the person you want to become because of the adversity. You know what I'm saying? As I say, it just makes for a cooler come up story. It allows you to have something to talk about when you do make it, but it also teaches you lessons along the way. And I think that's one of the biggest things Michael and I really could relate upon, is because we've been beat up by life so much, or this opportunity fell through, or got laid off from this job, or whatever it was, or in this situation. It's like, literally, I would not know the things I know right now if I didn't have an era of my life where I was so freaking down bad. Everything was just falling apart. I didn't have any money. I was, low social status, broke up with the girlfriend, wanted to just rot in bed all day, whatever it was, you know what I'm saying? But because of that low point, I was able to, think and journal and have conversations with friends and family that actually meant something. And, in Michael's case, homie had to, he said it best. He's like, I had to go back to church. I had to go pray to God real quick and just be like, we got to figure something out, you and me, brother. Because we gotta fix this. And it's a beautiful thing. And I really want to get Michael on here just to talk about his journey, especially over these last 6 months, because he been through it. But it's one thing I will say about my friend and the people I surround myself with, is that man doesn't give up. Okay. Yes, he's starting small on a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's this or that, but you don't know what you don't know. So he kept grinding, kept pounding the grindstone like I was, because everything he just experienced in this last 6 months was 2023 for me. So I was like, brother, I know the exact feeling of what you're going through right now. I literally lived it, my brother. I have a song about it. I have many a podcast. I know. And he's in the era of step 3 where it's like, you just got to keep going, bro. So today, tomorrow, the day after, 10 years from now, 100 years from now, if we, get the Walt Disney treatment, you know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing. We up, okay? We're going to make it happen. We're going to persevere. We're going to understand why we're doing the things we do. And we're going to be selfish about it, okay? That's a whole nother conversation for a different time. Maybe I have to get my brother on the podcast so he could talk about why you need a selfish why rather than just a more simple, basic why. So, yeah, that's all I got for the Let's Get Personal. So let's hop into some wisdom from the OG. First thing I want to put in the wisdom from your OG is from my boy Matt Be Great. Okay, on YouTube. Shout out to my boy Matt Be Great. We're not actually friends. I just watch his YouTube channel. He's a goat. And wisdom from your OG has turned into quotes from Lord. Words are hard. Quotes from some goats. Okay, and he has this quote right here: Arch Manning still sucks. That's true. But one thing I do want to say is Nikolai Brooks, I think the right tackle for the Texas Longhorns. He's from Cedar Rapids. I remember growing up with him, and my brother would beat his behind. But now that boy is 6'10", about like 315. He's strong. Like he out of here. We ain't doing nothing to Nikolai. But yeah, man, it's just cool to see people who look like you, where you're from, achieving success at the highest level. Arch Manning sucks. Texas is great, but I don't know. He be really trying to throw the game away sometimes. But yeah, let me just read you some quotes real quick. Some quotes from some goats that have, really been through some things. And this is wisdom from your OG. Okay, in this case, Picasso himself. Everything you can imagine is real. Now, yes, we may not have the technology yet to do some of these things, but you could be the person to invent it. You could be the person in your bloodline, in your family tree, in your, community, your environment, whatever it may be, that can provide that solution to this unique problem that you're experiencing. So just remember, as you go through life, as Picasso himself said, everything you can imagine is real. The next quote I want to actually bring up here is from Chris Do. Okay, brand equals performance and willingness to pay a premium. Now, this actually gets back into what I was just saying earlier about the whole just start, learn the things you don't know, then keep going. Brand is everything. Now, obviously, when we think of brands, we think about, for example, my mic I use, Godox, or I use a Samsung phone, or I have this Rue 21 cologne right here called Red because that's my favorite color. So I bought it literally just because it was red. It smells good though, so that's a plus. Or the Axe right here, or how I have Sony cameras, or whatever it may be, But brand is more than that. There's a brand of football when we're talking about Iowa football. What did Kirk Ferentz, or I'm gonna put some respect on his name, what did Coach Ferentz say yesterday after Iowa won? Oh Lord, the red light turned off. That's sad. What did Coach Ferentz say yesterday after the Iowa Hawkeyes won the game? We just didn't give up. The guys just kept playing hard, even when some may have doubted that we could come back. They just kept persevering and found a way. You know what I'm saying? That's a brand right there. That is a way of doing things. That is what people, as Christo said here, I scrolled away from it. I'm gonna see if I can find it again real quick. Where you at, Christo? Trying to find your quote. I don't see your quote. Something about getting money. Yeah, you get the point. Creator versus consumer mindset. That's a big thing. I have a whole podcast about that, but that's a quote in my quote book from here. Got to quote myself, you know what I'm saying? It's a major key. I'm going to give you one more, and this is from Lil Yachty right here. Now, Lil Yachty, he's a rapper, singer, songwriter, fashion aficionado, we'll say. And he had said on a podcast one day, and this was so true. I think it was on $1 Million Worth of Game with Wallow and Gilly. He said, I'm going to say brothers instead of the N-word. He said, some brothers are so poor, all they have is money. I'm gonna just let that cook real quick. Now I'm going to say it again. Some brothers are so poor out here, all they have is money. Remember in life, everything I was just talking about, working hard, persevering, just starting, learning the things you don't know, achieving your dreams, goals, and aspirations, There's more to life than money, okay? Like relationships. This is the wisdom from me and now. Relationships are everything, you know what I'm saying? Yes, you could be the best of the best of the best, but if you don't know the person that can get you in the right door, or the person who can help keep you in the right door if you got there yourself, then you're cooked. And you're only going to get there by having great relationships with the people around you, great relationships with your friends, great relationships with your family, great relationships with a business partner, agent, or something like that, great relationships with your community, great relationships with your local politician, okay, or on a national level. All of these people can provide you some perspective that can help elevate you to the next level, like we're trying to do here. Start small, dream big. Or they can help keep you where you're already at. It's a beautiful thing. That's all I got for your wisdom from your OG. This has been episode 199, but let's talk about episode 200 next week. Next week's topic. I hope the Minnesota game next week is not a night game, so that I can actually like plan something for this big milestone. Maybe I'll go get a bottle of sparkling grape juice and take a sip out of a champagne flute, because yeah, we've made it 200 episodes, and more importantly, you know, my real world start small, dream big was this year, you know, coming back into the podcast and coming back into doing content. I told myself I wanted to do a podcast every Sunday, okay? And we are 44 weeks in, okay? Starting small is 1 week at a time, but I've stacked 44 bricks. I think it's been 44 weeks this year. 44 bricks, and we're so close to 52. So I ain't gonna stop, y'all. I ain't gonna stop at all. I don't know what's coming next week, but I just know it's gonna be something great. I probably am gonna go buy the sparkling grape juice, and maybe we'll just revisit some of the top episodes of the past. I'll literally react to some clips on like the top podcast on YouTube, top podcast on Spotify, top podcast on Apple, and just really see like what were the key interviews or the podcast episodes that got me to where I'm at today. And I really just want to finish that off by just running it back and like watching episode 1, you know, watching episode 1 that was filmed in September 2019. It's October now. That was, you know, 6 years ago. It's crazy to even say that. Is that 6, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 21? I mean, 7 if you include 2019, or not 2019, 2019. Whatever. I'm yapping. So yeah, that's what you can expect next week. I guess we're going to, you know, just review the past real quick and take a look at what we've done so far and just let y'all know what's coming next. And then, yeah, now it's the outro. Thanks for watching. This light is bright and the camera's right under it. My eyes are cooked. My LED was cooked. I didn't know it was about to die. But that makes sense, actually. Yeah, my room's a little dirty. Gonna clean that up. And I'm just grateful to be alive. Grateful I woke up today. Grateful I live in a house that I own. Grateful I got some, you know, some resources and people around me that want to see me succeed. And I have some means to do so and all of that. So I don't take any of this for granted. Like I said at the beginning, I appreciate you and love you for all the support you show me. It could be, you know, one time a year. It could be one time every 10 years. I appreciate you because you didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to spend your time with little old Darshaun here and help me live my dreams, you know, and help, you know, inspire the next generation and previous generations to, you know, just start small and dream big and just keep working until you get there. One brick at a time, one step forward at a time. Yeah, it could be into the darkness, but just have some faith, brother, and keep going. That's all I got. Make sure you like, subscribe, unsubscribe, hate, comment, follow, unfollow, share, report. Report me. I don't care what you do, brother. I'm gonna succeed regardless because I'm never giving up. So I'll see y'all next time. This has been your host, Darshaun Smith, and we got on Fade to Black. Woo! 200 coming next. Yeah. You need to dream big, start small. Let the beat breathe, Darshaun. Yeah.
Maybe if I turn the mic on, I'll get somewhere. Hey, man, y'all know the vibe, man. The positivity god back on the track. Dream big, start small. Track 28, let's go. Yeah! You need to dream big, start small.
Let the beat breathe, Darshaun.
If you ain't fail, you ain't dream big at all. Start small, finish fast. Build momentum, keep going. Run it up, man, it's a blast. Yes, sir, you know the vibe. You need to dream big, start small.
Let the beat breathe, Darshaun.
If you ain't fail, you ain't dream big at all. Start small, finish fast. Build momentum, keep going. Run it up, man, it's a blast. Yes, sir, you know the vibe. When I close my eyes, I dream big. On the right, I see 20 cars. On the left, I see 10 kids. big house full of black joy. Poison mindset broke is temporary. Open my eyes, never had more. For me, it ain't about the money. I'm here to educate and help you up, and here you are calling me funny? Boy, step down, stop playing. There's more to life than guns and drugs. Pick up a book and get some money. You need to dream big, start small.
Let the beat breathe, Darshaun.
If you ain't failed, you ain't dream big at all. Start small, finish fast. Build momentum, keep going. Run it up, man, it's a blast. Yes, sir, you know the vibe. You need to dream big, start small.
Let the beat breathe, Darshaun.
If you ain't failed, you ain't dream big at all. Start small, finish fast. Build momentum, keep going. Run it up, man, it's a blast. Yes, sir, you know the vibe. Here's a blueprint to make it out. Surround yourself by real ones, not no damn clowns. And trust, boy, it's gonna be hella hard. But so it's lifetime to boss up. Yo, life, what you make it, man, easy or hard? Start simple, get a job, make sure it's in high demand, man, high pay. You can't go wrong, bro. I recommend you get your CDL. Pays well, job's good, it keeps you out of hell. Use your 9 to 5 to fund your 9 to 10. Real money come when you start a business. Start small and dream big. You gotta solve problems, get paid. Stay consistent, and one day you'll be on the stage. I believe in you, I know you can do it. Man, keep showing up, one day you'll prove it. Make sure you stack some bread so when adversity hit, you can make it through it. And best believe, don't give up. I believe in you, I know you tough. And for the love of God, please don't forget to do this one thing. You need to dream big, start small.
Let the beat breathe, Darshaun.
If you ain't failed, you ain't dream big at all. Start small, finish fast. Build momentum, keep going. Run it up, man, it's a blast. Yes, sir, you know the vibe. You need to dream big, start small.
Let the beat breathe, Darshaun.
If you ain't failed, you ain't dream big at all. Start small, finish fast. Build momentum, keep going. Run it up, man, it's a blast. Yes, sir, you know the vibe.